Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, Last Days of Europe, home with me, Alpha Mega and Empire of Japan. So in the last episode we won the fight in West Africa, which is amazing and makes me happy because it actually elevated us in the score above United States of America. So right now we have the highest score of all, if only by 49 points, but we'll see if we can keep it up, if there are any other major issues that we'll need to do. We ended the last episode also with two things. First of all, we should be fine when it comes to our House of Cards reshuffle, because it lowers your political, or the power of your party every single year, but because we have lower support in the House of Peers than 50%, we are at risk of losing 20%, but we are going to, in my opinion, get above 50, so that should mean that we don't get any. The public approval is going to drop by 10 because we are above 50, that's fine, and we're going to lose a little bit of power as our government, but that should be also fine because we'll be strong enough, and we should even have some political power saved. Oh, we're actually getting more now. I don't know why, but okay, that's fine. It's gonna allow us to start with a national focus very soon. I think what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go for the agricultural relief. No, we're going to go for the jobs in Japan. So generous stopgaps, jobs in Japan, the self-sufficient rice market. Yeah, we're going to go with generous stopgaps, jobs in Japan, and then we can go either with the corporate handbook or the agricultural relief, because either way we're going to have to pass another bill. But we're going to dump all of our political power into gaining more support. So let's look at this. So mucho takeover in Manchuria. The dust has cleared in the aftermath of the death of the puppet Emperor Puyi in Manchuria. It is now clear that the General Affairs Bureau and the civilian bureaucracy have centralized power upon themselves. While other cliques fought amongst themselves, the bureaucracy gradually took hold of the keys to power, and now appear to have consolidated their grip on the country. Abolishing the pretense of the monarchy, Good Siheng now rules as president of the state of Manchukuo. However, the real power behind the office now lies in Sakomizu Hisatsune, director of Somucho. The bureaucratic coalition in the new Manchuria is a fervent adherent of technocratic industrial methods, as a typo here, methods, seeking to reinvigorate Manchukuo's ailing industry through massive state-led industrial plans. Like and yet unlike. Okay, well, with that, we can unpause the game. And we've actually started the reformation of the army. Our units are now drilling, and I'm not sure if... Well, we do have some Hohei Shidan here. I'm not sure if anyone can drill here. We can drill a little bit here. You guys don't need to. Monarchy maintained in Laos. When Sisavang Vathana proclaimed his support for Pumi Nusavan's third coup, calls for the abolishment of the monarchy rang loud in Laos. I don't know why I tend to say Laos. It's Laos. But the people gave their assent to monarchy in a recent referendum, an outcome aided by the royalist machinations and a weak opposition. While Sisavang Vathana's treasons had demanded his abdication, Laos remains under a king's guiding hand. Laosim's electoral monarchy is now contested between the two factions. Royalists under Baun Aum Nashampasak, the fervent reactionary whose history of Thai collaboration in Isara has raised eyebrows among the patriotic, and the oligarchical Poi Sananikones faction, who have selected the young and impressionable Vong Savang. Whatever the result, the fires of republicanism has been extinguished in Laos. The dream is lost, perhaps never to be realized. So Laos has been one of the states that had They still have a really good GDP growth, despite the fact that they had the Opium War thing happening there. And okay, I feel like the Republic of China is actually pushing back now. That's good. What about Manchuria? How are you doing with Gusi-Hang? Though many were surprised by Gusi-Hang's seemingly sudden rise to the office of president, those paying attention would have already realized it was a foregone conclusion. Having previously been the deputy director of the General Affairs Agency, he developed a strong and positive relationship with the Manchurian bureaucracy, retaining clear links with them even after being promoted to cabinet. During his time in the Rowan cabinet, disagreements developed between good and reformist elements of Concordia, seeking to curtail the influence of the bureaucrats of the state. And these tensions eventually erupted upon Puyi's death, leading to Gu cooperating with a coup launched by the bureaucracy that successfully took full control of the state and disbanded the Concordia Association. His own ambition fulfilled, and content with being the figurehead of the newly empowered bureaucrats, Gusi-Hang watches without interest from above as the government he supposedly leads undertakes perhaps the most drastic reforms Manchukuo has seen since it was established. Partisans in the East. Voices of modernity. Jesus. Chained to the rising sun. Now the GDP growth has just dropped, and they have no focus tree now, so kinda interesting. Let us see what we can get. Okay, we can get the next one. So it's 44. 2 more and we'll be done. Yep, that's about right. We're even ahead of schedule, I think. I'm actually tempted to start with the political focus before we get the last one, but I'm a little bit afraid because I don't know if the new card or new hand is going to take our government support below, and I think risking that is a bit unnecessary at this point. So let us just wait for that. We're good. Still 2 out of 10. Is there anything else that we want to get? We're getting the rifle. We can get the advanced air equipment. That's going to be a boost to our units because we're going to get more defense, more soft attack, more air attack, actually by 5. A little bit more breakthrough, 1.5. 0.5 more hard attack, 6 more piercing. And it increases our air attack as a flat bonus as well. Okay, and we're getting more production units. Just 1, but we get more production units. So how's the... Okay, we finally managed to get enough attack helicopters and transport helicopters so that we can consider starting to put them on other units. Yeah, I know, but we can't really take... Oh no, we can take the reserve fleets. Ah, that's the one I missed. Fleets are ruinous to produce, and to replace one takes longer than most governments are in existence. We must maintain ships in reserve to perform the roles of those lost in combat or being repaired in dry dock. Outlasting our enemy may be the key to starving them out. So we get ship refitting speed plus 10% and repair speed plus 15%. And that's all. Improved mountain warfare. Isn't that lovely? Okay, let's get the infantry anti-tank. I mean, we're gonna get the advanced anti-tank equipment after that anyway. We get a new improved recoilless rifle. And better iron sights help greatly to improve accuracy, and developing magnified sights for longer ranges also prove beneficial as the range of anti-tank equipment continues to increase. Okay, we lost some and gained some production units. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just manually override the trade, and we're gonna start importing huge amounts of... And how is the trade? Here. Huge amounts of oil. Let's go to 260. We really want to start building up that stockpile again. We don't need to send weapons and funds. Literally need to just chill. Okay, so we now lost production units, which means we should be able... Yep, we're starting to gain a pretty decent amount of fuel. In less than a year, we're going to be full. The West Russian Revolutionary Front has conquered the anti-communist volunteer guard in the struggle for the fate of Russia. Here's the West Russian... Oh, okay, so they got the Onega. The doorway to Europe lies open, and with it comes the smell of war once more. So they're still at war with Finland, and they are at war with Murmansk. Finland is an unbelievable weak, considering... I mean, they should be... They aren't, right? Part of... Nope, not part of... What's it called now? Grossraum Continental Europa. Very bad opinion. Why do Finland has a very bad opinion of Germany and the other way around? No, wait. Germany doesn't have, but Finland does have. No, the other way around. Germany has a very bad opinion of Finland. Huh. It's interesting. I don't know why. Cooperative Commonwealth Federation victory in Canada. The duopoly of power in Canada has been broken. For the first time in the nation's history, the Democratic Socialist CCF has managed to win the most seats in the House of Commons. Tommy Douglas, former Premier of Saskatchewan, is now ready to take office as the Prime Minister. The friendly and charming Douglas has managed to convince the electorate to give him and the CCF, confined to the third-party status for his entire existence, a chance to govern the country. However, the result could also be seen as a general revolt against the failure of both the Tories and the Liberals in the past few years to rectify the malaise that the nation finds itself in, and social credit was seen as too extreme. With Canada's centennial in July, it appears that the nation is ready to take new course into the 2nd century. The mice have elected one of their own. Mice? Why mice? Well, debt to GDP is now at 99.4%. We're still in a deficit. Army expenditures are probably increasing slightly. Oh! And we finished the armor-piercing shells. Mining. Magnetic mines? I don't know. Those are not really the ones that I'm interested in. Engineering. Get me the edge detection. Naval targeting and AA attack, and we get the improved asymmetric radar. Edge detection involves identifying points on a detected entity that change sharply, disclosing key information on enemy vessels and granting an edge in combat. And we gained a little bit more production units, but the fuel is being imported, which is the important part. Oh! And we lost an operative somehow. Seducer, okay. Well, can we send you? Yeah, let's send you to Kunming. And let's send you to where? Well, let's send you to the Confederate cities of New Granada. Really? Confederate cities? Message from the far... Oh yes! A message from the Far East. This morning a radio broadcast traced to Irkutsk was received from a local Soviet successor state known as the Far Eastern Soviet Socialist Republic. The state, led by former head of the NKVD, Kenkrike Goda, apparently has numerous continuities in policies and personnel with the old Soviet government, which lends itself an air of legitimacy in the chaotic wake of its collapse. The Irkutsk government wishes to open up relations with us in the hopes they can serve as a friendly power in Siberia. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. We agree. Okay. So 47%, and we still have 56 days. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. The Afrikaner Volksstaat joins the Pact. That's a good one. Okay, building more. We need more offices. Those give us political power. And the higher we have it, the better it is. So administrative office. Can we build them? Okay, this area is... Snap, that's not what I wanted. Okay, 3 million, so we're gonna build it here. Okay, and here. Gotcha. So administrative office. Yes, here as well. Yeah, these ones. Okay, and this one as well. Let's build it here. Got more offices. I mean, more coverage. And what about here? We already covered this area. This one is good. This one is good. And oh, this one. Okay, we'll build a bunch of offices and hope for the best. The Afrikaner Volksstaat joins the Pact. Following the collapse of Hans Hüttig's Reichsstaat, the Afrikaner Volksstaat emerged as one of the few states whose borders and political order were clearly defined. Is that the one over here? No, that's Leopoldville-Verwaltung. There was one... Ah, here it is. Yeah. This one. Okay. The Afrikaner Volksstaat emerged as one of the few states whose borders and political orders were clearly defined. We still have 55 days. Having re-established ties with the outside world, the state gained international recognition with the backing of the German Reich. In exchange for said recognition and facing mounting internal and international pressure for his collaboration with Hüttig, President Herzog agreed to resign, with Peter Willem Botha being appointed as the new president. Fierce Germanophile memories of the Reich's vital role in South African War played a crucial role behind his victory. In fact, right after assuming office, Botha officially requested Volksstaat membership in the Einheitspact, an offer graciously accepted by Germania. Okay, well. And so is the Leopoldville-Verwaltung. Poverty rate 100%. Okay. Jesus Christ. $23.59, $422. 203. Didn't we have something like 60 in Indonesia? 53, yeah. Poverty rate 91%. That's just insane. But what can you do? That's the way life is, right? 49 days. So we need at least 50. Inflation is dropping, real GDP growth is going up. How's the poverty actually? I think it started to decrease. No, it's increasing again. Academic base is increasing. Okay, the industrial expertise is dropping, but we're just insanely upping the administrative efficiency. Which is great. The streamlined bureaucracy, you know, is just amazing. Daily political power gain increased by 10%. Stability, supply consumption, drift defense, social spending, and need for consumer goods. All of these go down. So that's really good. How is China doing when it comes to its GDP? Is it increasing? No, it's actually dropping. Okay. Chinese League. What about you guys? Actually increasing road to production frenzy. NBIS. hit-and-run tactics, new zealous officer staff, and mountain people, legacy of the National Protection War and Army of the Southeast, the Burma Road, legitimacy of our regime, our blood for the nation. They have a ton of benefits. Australia tested its first nuclear weapon. Officials from the Sphere and OFN are closely watching the Maralinga test range in South Australia. Hold on. Where Australian Prime Minister Arthur Calwell's nuclear weapons program has successfully tested its first atomic bomb. The Prime Minister pledged to develop an Australian nuclear arsenal shortly after his election, citing Japanese regional hegemony as an existential threat to the island nation. The detonation of Maralinga cements Australia as the world's fifth nuclear-armed state, a source of security among Australians and great anxiety amongst others. It is currently unknown if Australia received any outside help in developing the weapon. The Japanese Foreign Minister has condemned the test, calling it the penultimate step on the staircase to oblivion. The Red Room makes the outback seem so pale. The Pan-African community. So first, the more important part. The Yokusankai. Oh, 7 days. Now we can wait 7 days. We still have quite a lot to go. Wait. Well, could probably not make one more, but as the dust settles across the battlefields of West Africa, it is becoming increasingly clear that the PALF may be ill-equipped to remedy the issues of the war-torn region. Fortunately, a potential solution may have arrived following the most recent meeting of Pan-African movement in Douala. Following the latest plans for the PALF and their goal for Africa as a whole, a new system of economic cooperation for the front and its allies has become about in the form of the Pan-African Community for Mutual Economic Assistance. Congolese War. Okay. Gotcha. Mutual Economic Assistance, PACMEA, which will oversee matters related to and including expropriation, economic aid, reconstruction, and establishment of mutually linked economy across its member states. Should the system prove to become what its founders intend, the PALF could very well become the next power player in Africa. The future knocks on the door. The Congolese Civil War. So hold on. Congo is over here. Yeah, I think this conflict actually expands pretty rapidly. Scattered reports and accounts originating from the arboraceous heart of Africa tell of turmoil and strife as a series of tumultuous conflicts have erupted. Hold on, into Africa. Yeah, we get a new global conflict, but we can't really deal with it right now. We need to finish this thing. 3 days. Conflicts have erupted, sending the territory into turbulent upheaval once more, with each faction aiming to shape the future of the state according to their vision. Over the centuries, the dense and humid jungles of the Congo have been subject to oppression and subjugation, first under the sanguinary rule of the Belgians, then under the iron fist of the Reich. As these eventful chapters in the history of the Congo passed by, the region finds itself once again in this quieting grasp of violence. International observers around the world observe the situation with a keen eye as the crackles of gunfire begin to be heard on the shores of the Great Lake. 2 more days. Into Africa. For over a century, the vast African continent has been the playground of European and American colonialists. The oppressed peoples of Africa carved up between the European powers in their quest to cruelly subjugate the rest of the world. Of late, the struggle has been between the OFN and the German Reichskommissariats, each representing the same kind of ravenous imperialism which the Asian people under Japanese leadership triumphed over during the Second World War. Typically, the struggle has ended in disasters for all involved, with the Congo region collapsing into a chaotic civil war of vast size and complexity, which only increases the suffering of the African people, thanks to the ineptitude of the colonialists, and incidentally destroys the productive uses to which the vast natural bounties of the Congo might have been committed. This has never been a territory of Japanese influence, but it is past time that the greater East Asian co-prosperity sphere sheds its exclusive commitment to Asians and reaches out to the distant lands of Africa and the shores of the Atlantic, which the Pact and the Olafwan guard so jealously. President Mobutu of Azadelan has indicated his willingness to cooperate with the sphere, as well as the willingness to indulge Japanese interests in the Congo once his victory is secured, and we have been able to reach an arrangement with the Republic of Orungu, whereby they will turn a blind eye to the convoys of support in return for supplies, trade agreements, and a promise that we will ensure their neutrality in the conflict, a deal we are more than happy to make. The time has come for the sphere to show its strength on a global scale, and to bring the oppressed peoples of Africa into the warm embrace of the co-prosperity sphere. So, and now the question of ages. Come on, one more day? Really? Okay, now we can do it. So we get 50, government stability 55, public support 74. Why would it still decrease? Oh, come on, you have to be kidding me, right? That is a mistake. I think this will change, right? Decreases by 20%. Why? We had a year to repent. Now there is no chance to reform. I did repent and I have the support. So what the hell does the game want from me? Redistributes their coin. The support is 50. Is the script broken? Fall below 50. We are at 50. 14 days. Okay, I can still do it one more time. This is American operative captured. Okay. More people are joining the war. Let me see. Authorized bombing sorties. Send advisors. The Congo has fallen to chaos. Okay, so we're supporting whom in this one? The Zandaland, I think. Yeah, we could send 2 units. So we're actually gonna do that immediately. We're gonna send the first and second. And we're gonna fight on their side. Where are you? Over here. And can you send our... Yeah, 0 airwings. That's fine. We'll just send you... We are going to authorize... So it has to be more than 50? It doesn't tell me why. Support the House of Peers decides its own fate. So they say it. They redistribute their claim. And it decreases by 20%. I had a year to repent. What was I supposed to do? Crucial. Understanding. Is it maybe because I have bad relations with the technocrats? Could it be aid? I really don't know. I really honestly don't know what's up. Foreign policy. Okay, let's authorize the bombing sorties. Okay, you know what? This is where I'm gonna end it. And I will not lie, I'm gonna test what the issue is. If we're supposed to invest into the technocrats' relations, or what is the problem? Because this is unclear to me. I don't understand. I don't understand.